Hello, everyone. It's Bondar JR, Silver Wolf, Ron, and we're here to stream some eveonline. So I'm going to do a little bit differently tonight. I actually have both my accounts running, so we may switch back and forth. Unfortunately, anytime I try to start an account, it takes a huge hit on the stream. Lag wise. So if you guys are experiencing any lag right now, please let me know. Actually, I haven't switched over to the stream yet, so that probably would help if I do that first. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. I don't think it's gonna be any lag. I ran some tests; they all seem to be good. So I did complete some job process here so that I could get my air, trying to get my air ones. We'll go ahead and destroy 25 non-capsuleers here and maybe try to scan 2 data sites if we can find them. I need to recover some money back, so we'll go ahead and get that going. Probably need to make a run to Jita. Need my other ones. Got a lot going on. At the same time, we're going to switch over to my other stream or my other account and see if we can actually do some stuff in Trig space. So actually, I took care of his stuff there. So let me go ahead and switch over to that one. And that is this one.
Skill training completed.
Somebody's training just completed. I think that's this guy's. Yep. Yeah, I trained a couple skills. He's only got a 7-day Omega, the free one. But we did accept all our skill points. So I'm going to go ahead and enter those here. Let's see what else we got. Did we enter the other ones? Yeah, it looks like we did. What do we got? 24 days, 28 days, 29 days. So yeah, so we'll just redeem these, which will insert them. And if I actually go here to his skills, if we add those to the Starship Engineering, yes, I know I have unallocated points. That's what I did it for. So yeah, so there's 1,000,000 there for that. So we'll go ahead and throw those guys in there. Took away 2 days, so not too bad. So worth it. But probably when my 7 days run out on here, I'll go ahead and get one for him. Especially if I'm going to use him to level up the trig space. So I'm into Helios. And unfortunately I can't do anything with the fittings here, but he does not have covert ops. So covert ops is only 1. So I think two hours, 3. If we level this up a little bit, I don't know how much time he's got left on his thing, but actually let's put this back at the top. That's only 16 minutes, so we'll let that go, and then we'll throw these 2 in there. 3. Covert Ops, Spaceship Command. What's 4? We're going to try and level some of these up. So I think that'll actually help him be able to activate some of these things. So that's 3 days. I don't think I have 3 days left. But let's go ahead and throw that on. Way less than 15 days, though. If I was smart, I would have used those skill points on that. That would have worked out better, but that's all good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and fly around in this one. Got rid of that. So it says there's only one guest here. Of course, it's Trig space, so I can't see what's around. You're about to undock station, cannot redock. So this is weird. I docked here when I was at the same status, so my status is above 0.5. My Trig, so my Trig standing has gone down since the last time. So it looks like we killed one of them. I don't know how we did. That was awesome. But so, which is kind of a problem because, so I'm going to have to go out here and fight one of these drones to try and get some status. So, well, so this is going to be a problem. How am I going to get that? Yeah, there's no guarantee that if I undock and fight the drones, I'm actually going to be able to get enough. So, and if I don't have the wormhole, I won't be able to scan it. So yeah, we're going to have to think this one through. So that's going to complicate things. So I'm going to switch back to my other guy while I think about it. All right. Because that's hurting my head. So anyway, I haven't done anything with my planetary industry in a while, so let's see what we got. I definitely need some construction blocks, which I'm building here. Come on, open. Yes. Open. There you go. So we have 545 construction blocks. That's good. These guys are working on construction blocks. That's good. What are we short of? We have toxic metals, but we do not have reactive metals. So one of these guys is grabbing base metals, which makes reactive metals. There you go. Let's look at this. These guys are a little low, but I think that still work. What are we looking at? 60s. That's not too bad. 2 days, 20 hours. Let's go with that. All right. And submit. All right. So that'll keep those building now. While we're at it, let's do an expedited transfer to here. Construction blocks. Okay, so we'll throw those guys in there. Execute. All right. We'll take care of that. So then we'll get out of this one. And then we'll look at the ocean. I don't think I'm doing anything on this ocean. Proteins and a ton of water. I'm not going to bother with that. We'll just leave this one sit. Genetically engineered livestock, which we need biomass for. So we could keep making those, but I don't think it's worth it. So we're going to leave that there. Plasma. This one is making mechanical parts, which really didn't make very many. Why did we not make very many? We're short precious metals. We got lots of reactive metals, but no precious metals. We got toxic metals. Reactive metals and toxic metals will give me blocks. All right. Yes, I think. Construction blocks for reactive metals, toxic metals, construction blocks. So we could switch this over to construction blocks, which we need. And I think it'll keep the reactive metals. I think. May not. Construction block starts with a C. There we go. Install. It did not. Well, maybe it did. I don't know. Switch to toxic metals. So So we're going to say create route. And then we are going to, from here to here, create route. Create route. All right, that'll get those started. So let them build all those toxic metals. What are we pulling here? That is chiral structures, which we're not at all worried about. And this is noble metals, which makes precious metals. So let's go ahead and get these started. They look like they're pretty good. Let's see what our scan looks like. Go back to scan. Yeah, so there's our white. We're in the center, pretty close to the center. That's really not that bad. Those ones are further off. Yeah, let's jockey these around a little bit, see what we can do. Oh, we can't because we're out there. Yep, okay, so that makes sense. We've got a white one coming down here too that we can pick up here a little bit. And maybe 38. 37. 37. Yeah, I think these were all 38s. That's a 37. No, it's still 37. So yeah, we're probably better off up here, to be honest. Probably better off up here, to be honest. $37.6. $37.9. 38.3. There we go. All right, so we'll leave those on there. So that's working on blocks. It's got quite a few to make blocks, so we'll let him make blocks for a while. We could use the blocks. That'll always come in handy, so. And then, yeah, we should have moved those mechanical parts, but temperate, what are we doing here? I don't know what we're doing here. Bioengineered livestock, which we had on the other one, which we weren't making. Hermetic membranes, yeah, I think we got plenty of those. Lots of water. So we'll leave that. Storm, if I'm correct, I think the storm can make blocks too. Reactive metals. Transmitter, plasmoid. We don't need any more transmitters, that's for sure. So that's water, water. Don't want those. So if we do reactive metals, right, that's what we need here. We got water. We can make the water CPU, show info. Show info. Doesn't tell us what they're worth. But I think they're probably worth a little more. But noble metals make, no, it's noble gas. Makes reactive metals, so we cannot make blocks here. We can make the water-cooled CPUs, which I think are worth a little bit. Really? Yeah, well, that's weird. I'm making them right there. Show info. Yeah, it's not showing what they actually are for. So, okay, so we'll work that out. That is the storm one. There's the gas one. This is where we're joining everything together. And we are short transmitter or consumer electronics, which are actually fairly easy to make. And electrolytes for the coolant. Do we have coolant? Looks like we do have coolant. 85 coolant, 3 supercomputers, 660 water cooled air. That says that we're 6 million. So, what are they at? 10,000 each, probably. That's only worth 604. Supercomputers, there's only 3 of those, but yeah. Coolant, it's worth a little bit more, so that's a tier 2. These are tier 2s as well, so 85 is worth 1 million. This is worth 6 million. Yes, that's probably about right. They probably all come around the same price, more or less. So what was this one producing? Electrolytes, which is what we're missing here, right? Yeah. So electrolytes come from Iconic Solutions. And this is pulling Iconic Solution. Well, that seems like a pretty good setup, right? Actually, that looks like that's a better spot up there. So, and we want to put this to 2 days. 20 hours, there you go. Here. One there. Actually, I'll have to move this one over a little bit. Here. Here. One sun circles. It's a Star Trek reference. Any of you like Star Trek The Next Generation? Not very high, but we'll take it. Submit. That'll get the coolant going again, which unfortunately coolant's not the issue. Consumer electronics are. Consumer electronics come from toxic and Chirol, which we do have Chirol and we do have toxic. Back there. So let's go ahead and go back there. That's on this one, I think. Toxic and Chirol. I don't think we've got enough throughput to build anything else here. Toxic and Chirol here as well. I think I switched these over, so we're not doing the Chirol structures anymore. Because we have a bunch. I wonder if we get rid of that, can we build a... Yeah, we might be able to. Precious metals make, noble metals make precious metals. So yeah, so I think we want toxic metals, right? Oh, we can't, yeah, heavy metals make toxic metals. But we have toxic metals, so technically all we need, let's decommission this. And let's build an advanced here with a link. Skill training completed. And here we're going to do consumer electronics, install, create route. And then here we're going to say raw structures, create route here. And toxic metals, create route here. And I'll get those started. Now that's going to bring us short on our toxic metals because we're using toxic metals here. And we're using toxic metals here. So we want one of these to pull toxic metals. That's pulling precious metals. So we're going to switch this one to toxic metals. 2 days, 20 hours. Base metals, heavy metals is toxic metals. And then we're going to, this one actually is looks like a big one. Scan. So yes, we'll see. So there's a nice one. And that looks like the nicest one. All right. So let's do right in the middle. And then let's see if we can go around it as close as we can. All right. And where's our next biggest one? Are we down there? Will it reach? Yes, it will. 70. Yeah, that was good. Let's see. Yeah, it's not as good. It's at 78. Where's that one? No, wrong one. 84, 89, 85, 80, 78. Where's your 78? Can we move it a little closer? $79.9. Okay. This guy. 82. Now if we shift this guy, you know, closer in there. Oh, that's not it. Which one's overlapping? That one? $79.8. It'll have to be good enough. All right. Start. Not routed. Create a route to here. And then to all structures. Precious metals. Precious metals. So this is the one. So we're going to change this one to toxic. Toxic metals. Here. Create. And then from here, we're going to bring in the heavy metals. Here. All right. Submit. So that should at least keep us in those. We'll burn through the toxic metals we have, and then we really don't need the precious metals, right? So we could switch this one to toxic as well. Let's do that. Because the toxic we really kind of need. Here. Routes. Heavy metals incoming. Create route. So here. Create. Alright. Submit. Alright. So that'll take care of those guys. And that should keep them going for both the consumer electronics and the other, which should allow us to build a few more of our supercomputers. Not that I think we need them, but also give us our blocks. Now we do have blocks here that I can pick up. Looks like 500 and some, so let's set destination. Could pick up some things there too, so yeah, but let's go do that. So we're gonna run around and do these. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that other one. Is that really messed me up? So what are we? We're in a prorator. So we also want to go to Civila, not Civila. Why would you even say Civila? Serpula, because we actually have something there. So I'm going to say add waypoint. All right, so let's go here because we're going to pick those up. So let's undock. Maybe we'll do some more mining tonight. It was actually not too bad last night. We're going to go to Hitaken. Oop, I should have kept that open. Planetary industry, there we go. We did the miniature electronics, so we could take the Tyrol structures too. And the toxic metals. Actually, why are the toxic metals there? No, we want to leave the toxic metals. Now we're making heavy metals and reactive metal. Okay. Toxic metals. So yeah, that one should keep us in blocks. Should get blocks from the other one. So we'll pick those up. So see what we can do there. See if we can do anything there. Once we get here, well, check this out. So yeah, I must have blew up a Trig ship, which is not very smart. Customs office warp to 0. There we go. So we want to open this guy up. And we want to look here. And we want to launch these guys. So let's launch. Miniature electronics, construction blocks, transfer. And I'll leave that open. Open our cargo. Drop these guys in here. That'll take care of that. Yeah, I'm wondering if we should. I'm too close. Too close. Let's
warp drive active.
once we start moving, I'll throw this baby on. Alright. So if we do this one, we can make some more of these guys. Biomass. Biomass comes from... These are all water, right? Yeah, we're not producing water anymore. We got a ton of water. So biomass comes from... Biomass, tier 1, install, comes from planktonic colonies. All right, so let's go to here. Actually, let's go to here and say create root. All right, so we don't forget. And then here, let's see which one. Planktonic colonies. Okay. So, probably this one is the closest. That one down there might be better. Let's see, which one goes white first? About the same. Probably this guy. Yeah, probably this guy. So let's see if we can. Is that the one? I think that's the one. Yep. So we're going to do planktonic colonies, which is this guy. We've got it set at 2 days, 20 hours. Good. We're going to zip this guy down here. And then we're going to try and put these guys as close as we can to this. Can't get it in there. And then this one, I got no idea where it's going to go. I guess we could put it here. No, actually. So this 43, no, that's 46. Where's a 43? Oh, that's a 43. Let's see if we can put him up here. See what we can get with these guys. 46. 48. Yep, that's better. Alright, so let's do that one. Start extraction. 40 is not really good. We want to route this to here. And then from there, we're going to route it to here. This one doesn't have nothing in it, so we'll do the same thing. Biomass. Create route. Tectonic colonies incoming here. Oops. Hate when I do that. Incoming create route here. All right. Yep, it's got a little bit of water in it, so we're not going to do that. We'll do this one. Biomass. Install. Create route. Tectonic colonies incoming, create here. All right. So that should keep this guy going. So we got proteins. We don't really have a whole lot of proteins, though, do we? 540, so yeah, a few. Give us a couple more. Submit. All right. So let's go here. Jump. Jump, jump.
Warp drive active.
I think I'll check these guys out. I'm done with this for now. Yep, oh, I forgot I was cloaked. And that's all good. We'll go to Cipolla.
Warp drive active.
What else do we got around here? Cipolla, sorry. Yeah, got some Kernite there. Actually, what is he working on? He's working on Galente. 1 hour. Yeah, the cruise missile specialization, that's not going to really help me. But I'm wondering...
Active.
Oop, that's not what I wanted. Resource processing is what we want to look at, and we were working on... No. Yeah, so if we do this one, that's 4 days, yeah. That's actually going to impact our bottom line. Let's throw that up there at the top. Alright.
Warp drive active.
So we'll get that taken on. What's up, Wyo? How are you? I haven't seen you in a couple days. Thanks for being here. Not going too bad. Too much to do and not enough time to do it, like usual. So, I got some negative standing people. These guys I actually put in a certain category, so... Close that one down.
Warp drive active.
Actually, this is my industry. No, that's a ship tree. Really neat. So I want to invent my covert ops cloak, which... Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's going to go all the way back to the beginning now. No. Alright.
Warp drive active.
Because these covert ops cloaks are way too expensive. So there's my copy. Invention, I need graviton physics, which I do not have on this guy. I have graviton physics on this guy. I do not have him currently working with anybody that's doing graviton physics. So that's
Docking request accepted.
rocket science, electronic engineering, nanite. I need the nanite. Nanite's hard to come by. High energy physics, electronic engineering. So I wonder if we could switch one of these electronic engineering. So I really need those. Show info. Electromagnetic, graviton physics. So yes, I could switch him to graviton physics. So where's he at? He is in Noni. So let's do this. Where is Noni? Set destination. Ugh. Alright, let's check. So, not enough time, not enough energy. Story of life. Yep. Well, mine's also come down to not enough money. Because I'm hurting for money. So, I'm not hurting for money. Let me rephrase. I've just been spending a lot of money in-game lately, and I want to start making some of it back. But, once again, I'm not quite as organized as I need to be to start making that happen. So, but let me check my gate camps to make sure I'm not going to run into any problems here. So, we want to look at... We're in Serpula, headed to Noni. Serpula, headed to Noni. Not going to avoid anybody. Go shortest. Shortest. Says there's been 4 kills at the perimeter gate. Really? But other than that... Actually, they're not, none of the gates I'm going to go through, so who cares? So, yeah, let's go through that. So, time to start spreadsheets in space. You know what? I'm already doing spreadsheets in space, and still not making me the most efficient. So, you know, my problem is my work is getting in the way of my game time, and that is just really unacceptable. Really unacceptable. So... I think that's where I need to get my priorities straight, because allowing my work to get in the way, that's unacceptable. So
Drive active.
unfortunately I still need to eat in real life, so, and actually my wife still wants to eat in real life, so that's probably where that's coming from. But priorities, exactly. Well, it turns out, I don't know about you, because, well, you're in Wyoming, right? Well, at least by the name. So I don't know if your company or who you work for or whatever you do celebrates Juneteenth, but tomorrow is Juneteenth. So since I work for a bank, it's a holiday. So, and I am more than happy to take a day off. So I may play all day. Actually, I got to go drop my car off to get some work done. But other than that, I may play all day after I drop my car off to get some work done. Which makes even more sense, because I won't have a car to go anywhere. So I don't know if I'm going to stream or not, but it might be worth it. Unfortunately, during the day, I don't know how many people I'd really have watch. So it's liable to hurt my overall viewers per stream category if I stream with nobody watching. But there's a song about that, with people dancing when no one's watching, something like that. I don't know. Once again, losing focus. So I'm in perimeter, and it says there have been some issues at the Niabin gate, which is where I'm headed. So it's probably somebody being silly and getting blown up by Concord. But, yeah, right there. A mobile structure wreck. That's different. Alright, so we'll go to Noni. What we'll do is we'll collect the 16 electronic ones that we have for this one, which will help us out with some of our other stuff. And then we'll set him to do graviton physics, which might help us to get that started. He's doing just short of 100 a day. So I'd have what I need in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a little long, but it'll fly by. So
Drive active.
So what else is going on with you, Wyo? Most times I am glad I am nowhere near Jita. Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm actually, well, my home base is like 7 jumps from Jita, which is very helpful from an industry perspective. because it's a cheap place to buy my materials. But I hate going there. Between the spam and the, you know, the gate ganking, suicide ganking at the gates,
Active.
try and catch the newbies. It's just kind of crazy. So I'm kind of happy to stay away from it. So but yeah, I actually have both of my accounts running right now. Is that actually going? Yeah, it is going. Okay. I was going to switch mines like 37 jumps from GD if you take the shortest route. Yeah, which you can probably never take because of gate camps. So
Warp drive active.
I really need to see if I have any other guys here. So this is Izawa, Noni, Camcor, Rocket Science. So I got 2 doing Rocket Science too. I really don't need 2 doing rocket science. So there's a graviton physics too. Maybe I'll see if I can see if one of these guys was actually. Let's see. Does she do graviton? He does graviton. He does too. So which one's closer? So let's add waypoint. That is 9 jumps. Okay. So let's remove waypoint. No, I don't want to remove. I don't want to remove that. Remove waypoint. Okay. Let's jump you. And add waypoint. 9 jumps. They're exactly the same distance. He's given a little bit more. I don't know why, but we'll leave him on there. So we'll fly over there and we'll switch them to graviton physics as well. I think the graviton physics is going to be the key, because I think I could probably make some money off of selling these covert ops ones. So if I need something from there, I have an alt in Jita, then I just have it hauled to me. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. It'd have to be an alt you really don't care about,
Warp drive
because
active.
being in Jita is kind of like, you know, being nowhere. Probably don't do much with them other than buy off the market. She does nothing but sit in the station. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So this one's Trig too. Trigger all over the place. Can't believe I got my guy negative with the Trig. What a crock. Okay, let's dock.
Warp drive active.
This guy's probably gonna want me to deliver something. Maybe he'll give me the titanium one. So, and is my CEO, I guess. There you go. That's even better. That's all CEOs do anyway, is sit, right? Sit behind a desk and cash their paychecks, right? My goodness, there's a lot of stations here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah. Noni looks like it would be a pretty good place to set up. My goodness. Alright, so here's my level 4. Let's start a conversation. Gonna say they need help. How much points do I have? Well, of course, now I just screwed that up, by the way. But let's see. Actually, no, it didn't. So this is Noni. So yeah, if I do the mission, it's not going to give me, I'm going to end up throwing the points away. But let's do it just because it'll raise our status. So okay, if it's a delivery, it is not. It's titanium, that's fine. Accept. Complete. View. Complete. Alright, and I'm going to buy data cores. I'm going to buy 16. Okay. And then I'm going to cancel Research. Yes. And then I'm going to start research. Start. Come on. Graviton physics, right? That's what it was. That's what I needed, right? Ah, cancel. Blueprints. Graviton physics. That's it. Alright, start research. Graviton physics. Okay. Close. Let's see what we're getting. Alright, so yeah, so now it's got this all jacked up, but if I look here, he's only got one. It's Graviton 8770. Alright, so that's only 13, actually less than 13, 12.3 points short of 100 a day. So that's pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to fly to the next place. First, we're going to pick up these data cores because I don't want to leave them here, because I can definitely use those. So we are going to undock. As you can see, WYO added some new messages, so... And...
Warp drive active.
Isamo. Kaimon. Izawa. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty high level. Whoop, that's what's this. So status went up. That's good. So, actually, so that's one of my new messages. I really need, I think, to alter the timing because it seems like it's displaying them all at the same time, which it's not supposed to do. So, but anyway, how's it been going in game with you, WYO? Anything interesting lately?
Active.
Pilot is a suspect. I actually took your advice. I think it was your advice. And I hired a graphic designer to create me not only some emotes, but they're going to create me all panels and overlays and everything. I'm getting a whole big package, so bring my stream up to where it actually looks like I want to be serious about streaming. So Isamo, no. Navi's way out there. Kiram's way out there too. Yeah, supposedly I'm gonna have it. I ordered it yesterday, day before. Yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Yesterday. So supposedly I'll have it in 6 days. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. They're actually designing me a new mascot esports logo as well. So my my logo will change. Actually, I have another message that'll come up here hopefully shortly that talks about I created a Discord server. And of course, I created a Discord server, but then I forgot to post on my Discord server that I'm streaming at this time. So, you know, learning process. So, yep. So, yeah, I don't think I have that one set up yet. I have to figure that one out. I'm kind of a noob when it comes to the messages in the stream. So if you have any suggestions there, I would greatly appreciate it.
Warp drive active.
Unfortunately, it must show that I'm a noob because I had someone join the stream a couple days ago and tell me they could help me out, and they asked me if I had ever heard of channel highlighting or hijacking, channel hijacking, which of course I did a Google search on, and it says that that's a horrible scam that people do to try and rob new streamers of their money. So I told the guy, yeah, never mind, I'm not interested. But I thought it was kind of interesting. Like, seriously, man?
Warp drive active.
But that's usually how it works. It's kind of a sad state of affairs in our society that it is completely acceptable for people to con people out of their money rather than work for a living. Con other people out of the money that they worked for. Just kind of depressing. Should put a link in YouTube also, either in a message or down in about, or both. Yep. Yeah, and actually I will. Supposedly, one of the things he's going to make me is he's going to make me a panel and a banner that I can use both on my Twitch channel page as well as on my YouTube page and my Discord. And so, yeah, it seemed like too good of a deal to be true, but I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't super expensive either. But unfortunately, I talked to half a dozen of them before I finally settled on one. So I hope I settled on the right one. So if people worked half as hard at work as they do trying not to work, that's exactly it. I mentioned that to somebody just the other day. That I have a lot of people that I work with that spend more time getting out of work than it would take them just to do the work in the first place. They would actually save time by doing the work rather than finding creative ways to get out of it. It's very disappointing. But such is the nature of the society we live in today. Alright, how far am I from Venolin? Because I made a real big run around here, and now I'm probably... Oh, only 8 jumps from Venolin. Set destination. We'll go to Venolin now. But yes, I agree with you 150%. It is painful. Man, we got a lot of guys here. Alright, so this is my guy. I've encountered a problem. Imagine that. Request a mission. I didn't check and see how many points I had. Tritanium. Alright, I'm pretty sure I got tritanium here. At least I hope I do. Complete. We're good. Alright, and I'm going to buy data cores. 16, so obviously it didn't get me another 100, so that's alright. And then I'm going to cancel. Cancel research. Yes. And start research. And we're going to go graviton physics. Alrighty. So here's our item. Let's take that electronic one. Let's take this one. And what else was I going to do? There was something else I was going to... Oh, I was going to pick up that amber. Yeah, so let's undock here. I've got amber in one of these ones, so... Might as well pick this up before I head back. So let's make sure I'm not going through anything that's going to cause me problems. Nope, we're in good shape. And then I probably want to do a pirate site so that I can get my other air. Get my other air one. Destroy 25. Now that I got my cloaking scanner and do it. So yeah, we'll try that. Alright, so item hanger. Pick up the amber. Yes. Wasn't sure if I could get it all. I really need to put a rig on this thing for storage because I am just shy of 10,000. And I think if I put a rig on here, yeah, 95. 95.79. I bet you if I put at least one rig on here, I'm pretty sure I don't have any rigs at all on this. I do not. So if I threw a rig on there, that would definitely probably boost that. So, but yes, I do agree with you. If people worked half as hard as they do trying to get out of work, it'd be a whole different world we live in. But it's the way it works sometimes. So actually, that's the way it works all the time now.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Yeah, originally these panels or these overlays that I used to have places in there where they linked my YouTube and my Discord and all that, and it was just taking up too much landscape. So yeah, I need to find a place to put that stuff. Isn't to Galente Hauler over 10K? Yeah. There's the Iteron Mark V I got over 10 I got way more than that. Yeah. But I can't put a covert ops on it. So this one I have a covert ops. So this one I can go into questionable places and pick stuff up. But yeah, I have an Iteron. I think I have an Iteron here in Venolin. Of course, I'm going to now jump, and it's going to make me start over again, which I think it does that. Yep, there it goes. Thank you so much. That was very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. Problem is, I don't know what I called it. I'll carry it. No, that's for my, and I don't know why I bought that one. That's for my planetary industry stuff, but I did buy an Iteron. All right, here, let's do this. If we do ship, this will show me just the ships. Well, and the skills. I really need to sell these guys. 625 million. That would come in quite handy. And that was when so I got it up to 25,000. I think it's over 25,000. Just search Mark IV. Oh, it is I carry it. Well, there you go. So yeah, I think if we look at this one, view, show info, attributes. So yeah, because I don't have it activated, it's not giving me. But yeah, I think I got it to 25,000 because I can actually carry that control thing. So when we get over there, I'll take a look at it. I've got rigs on it, and I've got rigs on it, and I've got the expanded cargo holds, and I think I got it to 25. Because I needed something to carry that control tower. Oh, that didn't work. How did that come up with tower? And why did you drag that? I didn't want you to drag that.
Warp drive active.
Why is it not coming up? We just saw it. Maybe it's not Caldari. It's definitely... I think we saw it when we did ship, didn't we? Capital Ship Assembly Array. Yeah, well, I wasn't close with any of those words. But yeah, so it's 25,000. And I also have a whole bunch of deployables that I wanted to sell as well. So But yeah, unfortunately, it won't show me. It won't show me. Actually, I think if I do a simulate, maybe. Let's do simulate. It's got that. It does not have rigs, so that's what I was going to do. I was going to buy the rig. But yeah, I got 24,000 out cargo. So with the rigs, I'll definitely be over 25. So then I can take that control tower, take it to Jita, and sell it. And hopefully make some money. But so yeah, if I did that, that would probably solve my money stuff. So, which maybe we'll do that tonight. I didn't want to. So the only other thing I had that would carry it was the Orca, and I didn't want to fly the Orca to Jita. The Orca's like flying a brick. Takes forever to align to the gates. It's a great way to move ships if you don't want to. Actually, it's a great way to move ships either way, whether you want to package them or not. But if you don't want to package them, it's a great way to move ships. But yeah, it's just, ugh. I was going to move with this one, my Pro Raider, a bunch of ships. I'd have to package them and move them. But I think I figured out, I had a bunch of ore, had some ships, I had some other stuff. It was going to be like 16 trips with the Pro Raider. I did it in 2 trips with the Orca. So, but once again, the Orca is another one that I could probably sell. I'm not really using it. Probably a good idea to sell it before I decide to mess it up. So. But I did put, so to catch you up, I put one of my alts into Trig space, and I was going to have him farm the drones and get the status up, because he is, all my alts are directors in the corporation, so no problem. And he could get my stuff out, it'd be fantastic. Well, on his way into Trig space with a cruiser fitted out and Helios for scanning, he ended up getting attacked by Trig ships because his Trig standing is 0. And he fought back and I guess, which I didn't realize, killed one of the Trig ships. So now his standing is low with the Trigs. And so if he undocks from the station, he will not be able to dock again. So I got to kind of figure out how to unscrew that, since I put a whole lot of effort into that, and it hasn't quite worked the way it should have. So yeah, so that's one. So actually, I have that other account up. So I got a Mammoth that is 32K, and I'm only level 3 on minimum hull. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe the Iteron was that big. So that was pretty awesome. So. I love this Pro Raider because it's super fast, has a covert ops cloak, so if I get in any trouble, I usually can get out of it just by becoming invisible, at least for long enough to get out of it. But yeah, it kind of goes that route. So where is, there it is, Mighty Hammer. I had one here. So let's board this one. And we'll go shoot something so I can get this other air one. I should have checked before I came in. So Mammoth is slow. Yeah, that's the Orca is super slow. And I'm assuming the Iteron is slow, but probably definitely not as slow as Orca. That Orca was just, I mean, when I was flying it, I wanted to blow my brains out. It was just so slow. I was like, come on. And I was scared to death. Because it was literally, 1.5 billion, ISK ship. And I was so afraid somebody was going to gank me. Now, the one thing they have said, I didn't want direction scanner. The one thing that somebody said was that, why is it still bringing up the direction scanner? Because I have the direction scanner down here. Okay, cool. There's a Garista refuge, so let's go ahead and warp to it.
Warp drive
This might
active.
give him my 25, but yeah. So with the orc, I've scared it down. Now the one thing somebody said is that the orc, I guess, has some pretty good defensive capabilities, so it can hold out for a while. But like I said, I think there were times where it took me 5 minutes to align to the gate, to be able to jump, to be able to warp to the gate. And I was just, the whole time, I'm just sitting there trying to hold my breath because I'm like, oh man, you know. So somebody already took him out. Oh, he just took him out. All right, no problem. All yours, buddy. Let's warp to 70. Actually, he just left, so I suppose I could salvage these, but it's probably not worth it. Let's see, did it spawn another one? It did. Let's see if he's taking that one too. He might be. They want to kill you, they will find your way. Yep, exactly. And that's true. That is very true. But yeah, but I was scared to death flying that orca. But man, it made my... So that's how I managed to consolidate all my ships and all my stuff into Venolin. All my ore. I mean, I had a bunch of ice ore, which is super heavy. I got a bunch of gas cloud, you know, whatever they call that. It's not ore, but glass cloud stuff, which is super heavy. He's doing this one too. My goodness. He just got here and he's already blown them all up. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Let's actually jump over to Hogomo and see if they've got anything. Because he's definitely taking care of these.
Warp drive active.
So we'll let him have those. I mean, he was literally just at that other one 2 seconds ago, so we'll see if we got something in Hogomo. I just want to get 25 so I can get another one. I've never gotten this level. I guess they give you a skin design element reward, whatever that is. Oh, and if you actually get the third one, wow, you get 8 million and 5 plex. Whoa, that's pretty good. I never noticed that. I need to start taking these things a little more seriously. Plex, that's money in the bank. Nothing. Gotta love it. All right, let's check Kulin. I was in Kulin yesterday and there was like 15 sites, so I have a freighter account. I really need to move stuff, but these 7 free days of Omega is the first time she's been Omega for years. Yep. Yeah, I never really thought about that. I could make my other account maybe that, like that, and just have it haul stuff around. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was actually my son's account way back when. And so, but yeah, I used the 7 free days to get him up and train some better science skills on him, so I could actually have him set up some science agents for research purposes. But that didn't work. I jumped him back into Trig space with a whole nother plan. My plans change so quickly, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I need to focus. Stellar Fleet, Garistas Refuge. Let's try this Garistas Refuge, see if anybody else is working it.
Warp drive active.
But yeah. And I hate to kill. I've never done anything in Trig space. Yeah. Well, the only reason I'm messing with the Trig space is my corp has a bunch of stuff in impound there. And in order to get it out of impound, I need to get my standing with the Trigs up to 4.0. And getting your standing up with the Trig is a full-time job. And so I was going to have my main do it. But my main's also my industry guy. He's doing all my other stuff. He's kind of the financier. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to do it with him. So that's why I said, okay, well, let me use one of these other guys. Oh, he came here. He followed me. What? He followed me. That's ridiculous. I mean, I just left him at that other place. What do you want to bet he's not going to let me take this? He's shooting the other ones. See, and this is ridiculous. I let him have those other ones. What an asshole. Pardon my French. I mean, that's just ridiculous. There's no reason for that.
Warp drive active.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be Trig's. Yeah, well, this one is... I've never had this problem here. I usually run these missions. The other night, I think I did 15 pirate sites. Nobody ever bothered me. Now, of course, tonight I got this guy following exactly where I'm going, which is just ridiculous. Because he's probably going to be at this one before I get there. Because this is a stellar site. He probably didn't come here. Yeah, looks like he did. Yep. No, this is a different guy. Yeah, and they're killing... These are Trigs. I don't want to kill Trigs, so I'm too busy trying to get my status up with the Trigs. I don't want to kill them. Man, what a butthead. Alright, well, let's head back. Jump. Let's go back to Hogamo.
Warp drive active.
We know he came this way, so we'll go the other way. Yeah, shooting the Trigs actually puts me on the opposite side of where I need to be. Now, I could shoot EdenCon, and that would raise my status with the Trigs, but then that makes me, you know, susceptible in high sec because they might start shooting me. So, but yeah, trying to get the status up with the Trigs is a nightmare. So, but I was gonna say, what's taking so long to jump? Alright, let's see. Did a new one spawn here? Nope. Nothing in Hogamo. I don't see him here. So there's Hutaken. Let's go to Hutaken. But let's see what they got. So that's one of the things. If I show up at a site and somebody's already there and they've already killed at least one, even if they haven't killed one, if they beat me there, it's their site, you know, no big deal. But I was already shooting those guys. He saw me shooting those guys. Just ridiculous. I probably should just do a mission because then it can't jump my mission. But the rats are usually so easy. I need 25. I got 2. So it did give me the 2 I killed. Okay, well that's cool. At least I got those, so. Could have been a bot. Yeah, that's true too. I didn't think about that. Nah, I didn't think about that at all. You might be right, so. Alright, here's a Garista hideout. If I fly here and he's there, I'm gonna count that as a okay. It doesn't show he's in system, so I don't think he's going to be there. But this will probably be like a level 1, and it'll only have 5 ships, so I won't get my 25. But yeah, last night we did some mining in Ender Allen. Super quiet, low sec. Was able to get some kernite, which I desperately needed because I needed some isogen to be able to do some builds. I was out of isogen, and I really didn't want to pay for it. And it was actually a pretty good time. I used a venture, mined. I think I got 2 full loads with the venture, and then headed home, which was kind of nice. So yeah, this is going to be a small site, so I'm not going to get my 25 out of this one. I think there are bots that just run anomalies so then they can run the escalations when they get on. It makes sense, I guess. Though the whole bot thing is a whole... But I don't think they're really cracking down on it very well, so... Good God, it's taking a long time to lock. Alright, that's that. In my opinion, CCP went to hell when they sold out. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's still, graphic-wise, still one of the best games out there. But they just keep catering to the masses, and that's just frustrating. We're not catering to the masses, catering to the special interest groups, which is really frustrating. That was the only loot there was, so I'm going to leave those. Okay, so that didn't do me no good. Let's see, did it spawn another one? It did not. Alright, so there's Rareman. I guess I could go there. Yeah, let's jump over there.
Warp drive active.
Cater to null and PvPers. Yep, PvPers primarily, right. I mean, when it's profitable to suicide gank, I mean, that's just crazy. There should be no reason for that. But I think so I got ganked the other, oh, it's been probably a couple weeks ago now, but I think they lost money on that one. So, because I got all my loot, I was able to salvage my ship and all 5 of their ships. Because it was in like a 0-8 system. And Concord chumped them before they got anywhere, so it was pretty impressive. They killed me, or they blew up my ship. They weren't able to kill me. They weren't able to pod me, so made it way too easy to fix their security status. Yep. Yeah, there used to be a cost for doing that. You couldn't come back to high sec ever again. And so, but now, you know, they kill me and they're back the next day. I'm like, how is that even possible? But, you know, that was what the special interest groups asked for, so CCP gave it to them. No questions asked. My goodness, that's taken a long time to lock. My skills are pretty good. One shot each. 12. All right, I'm halfway there. Yeah, I agree. Made it way too easy to fix their status so they could come back and do the same thing again. Which is just ridiculous. Alright, that's the end of that one. So let's see. Is there one more? Because I obviously need one more. Alright, drone assessment. Let's try that one.
Warp drive active.
Let's try that one. Sometimes when you kill the drones, so that's the only way to actually get your Trig status up, is to kill the drones in Trig space. And you only get, it's really weird, it's different from everything else. Here in regular high-sec space, when you kill anything you kill, you get a status for each thing you kill. In Trig space, you get a status increase once every 20 minutes for whatever the largest drone was you killed in that 20 minutes. And you only get an increase for one, whichever one was the largest. So if you kill 100 drones in 20 minutes, you only get an increase for one, whichever one was the largest. Which is just ridiculous. So like in my case, I'm stuck. And I need to get my status up so I can get my stuff back from the corp, and they've really not given you any good way to do that. And so, alright. Guys are too close, so my guns aren't working. So we'll let my drones handle it. But yeah. Alright, this might get me. Are they shooting it down? No, but I got one that's wounded. Look at that. That's crazy. Alright, there goes my air bonus. Good. That's what I wanted. Now that I got that, I forgot to repair my drones. That's what it was. I remember, because on the last one I was there. Turn the drone back. So this one says I actually got. It didn't give me the other one. It says 2 rewards. Claim. Oh, 5,000 skill points. That's not bad. Yeah. Did it put him on this one? Oh, it shouldn't have put him on this one. I bet it did. No. I don't think so. Maybe it did. Alright, so let's go back to Venolin. You know, no, that's fine. Yeah, let's go back to Venolin. Keep talking, right? Where's Ender Allen?
Warp drive active.
We could go, you know what? Stop. Let's go to Ender Allen just for kicks.
Warp drive active.
See who's there. There's one thing that happened. So Ender Allen has 28 belts. As Kernite. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people that mess around there. So, but I was there mining, and the rats that were coming to the belts were cruisers. So not my ventures. 2 drones were not really something that I felt comfortable holding them off with cruisers. Alright, so 5 people, none of them are criminals. So let's just go through the asteroid belts.
Warp drive active.
Because if we pick off these rats, these would be pretty profitable rats, and I might actually get some good stuff out of it. Get rid of my skill points. What are the other air things? Why it does that? Scan 2 data sites. I guess I could do that. I'm gonna kill some of these cruiser rats. Yeah, so there's a cruiser rat and a... It looks like these rats aren't bothering these NPC miners, which is kind of funny. 21, how far would this one go? 11 to 22, no, that'll work. Launch. I'm curious what I'm going to get for those guys. So let's go ahead and approach these guys. Reload. Check their loot. Maybe I take out these ventures and I don't want to hit with deep core. So NPC haulers and miners can drop some decent loot, but it's kind of a pain to do. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Not really much there. All right, let's go to the next one. Asteroid belt 2.
Warp drive.
Did you get in on making any of the new ships? I didn't. I did not. I kind of wondered about that, but yeah, I did not. So there's a guy mining an adventure. Hopefully he doesn't think I'm coming for him.
Warp drive active.
These rats were causing me problems when I was mining, so I figure I'll fly through here and clear some of them out. Make me feel better. Might actually make me some money. Because I'm not even sure my venture could handle this destroyer, so... Fire. Alright, that's the end of those. But yeah, no, I didn't get in on any of the new ships. I wish I had. Though, I'm kind of glad I didn't, to be honest, because they're going to be flooding the market with them now, and it would be a nightmare to try and sell them at this point anyway, so. But it would have been nice. It's helpful. But yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff already that I'm trying to make profitable, so I think that's part of what my hemorrhaging has been, is I've been buying a lot of blueprints, so a lot of BPOs for tier 1 that I can then use for invention on tier 2, so which is kind of nice. So which one?
Warp drive active.
Those guys actually did some damage, or some damage to my shields. There was a Jaspit site last night. Yep, there's a Jaspit. Oh, there's actually a drone assessment. Charistus. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't care about those. They're going to be tougher. Maybe we'll check out that Jaspit site next. Oop, there's two cruisers. Let's see what these guys are up to. How'd I lose my lock on him? Well, that sucks. So the one I was firing it at, they got rid of my lock. Alright. One down, one to go. Alright, there's the other one. 2 cruisers, no problem. Must have been a missile that was blowing up. Oof. Pretty good loot. Another 80,000 for those guys. Actually, they were probably the earlier ones. All right, so let's see. Asteroid, that was 1, 2.
Warp drive active.
Oh, I was going to go to that Jasper one. Yeah, let's go to that Jasper one. Let's see what they have.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, there's only 3 people in the system now, so. That guy was at one of the other belts I was just at, so maybe this guy's at the Jasper one. No rats. Not very much Jasper. Just a couple. So, alright, so where was I? think I was going to 2.
Warp drive active.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with my other one. I'm going to have to undock from the station. But I'm going to have to undock with something that I can actually get my status up. Suppose I could shoot Endicon. As long as I stay in Trig space, he'll be fine, but... And then make up with Endicon later. I shoot the Trigs once I get my status to where I need it to be. But that's a lot of work.
Warp drive active.
Can't you just get it out of Hawk, then have it contract hauled? No, it doesn't work that way. And the only way to get it out is to rent an office. And so, and I complained to CCP about it, and they said, "Oh, there's a way to pay your fine." And I said, "No, there isn't." And so then they checked and they said, "Oh, yeah, you still need to get your status up to 4.0, and then it'll give you the option to either rent an office for 10,000 or pay your fine, which will be several million, because, it's the stuff I've got in there is worth, probably $1 billion ISK." And so I'm just like, that's crazy. But most people were like, "Yeah, just leave it go, who cares?" And I'm like, yeah, but there's like $1 billion ISK just sitting there in impound. I said, there's a lot of blueprints that have already been researched, which they don't have a price tag on them. But there's like a couple of those ship towers. And so I'm like, yeah, I really don't want to leave that stuff there. And so that's what I said to CCP. I was like, you guys got to have a better way of doing this, because it wasn't our fault you decided that Trig should have these systems. You should have made some kind of a thing for that. And they were like, well, we did. We just did that way back when, and you were inactive then, so you weren't able to take advantage of it. Now that's expired, so now you're kind of SOL. And so I'm like, well, you know. And so, yeah, I was a little disappointed. But it is something that should be able to be done. The problem is you got player corps that are now counting the Trig space systems as their own. And so when they see you in there trying to farm the drones, they take you out because they think you're invading. And so I've had that happen with my main a couple times. And so it's like... But yeah, it was like... So I figured, okay, well, maybe I'll get one of my alts in there and have them take care of this. Should be retroactive. I agree. But CCP, they don't... Like I said, I had 10 items in this petition that I filed. And 9 of them, they told me, so sad, can't help you. I mean, like my corp. So I'm a director of the corp. I used to be CEO. I turned the CEO over to one of the other guys, who's now the current CEO, when I went inactive. Because I was like, you know, I don't want to hold this up for you guys. So, well, I guess at that time, something came up where they had to make stock in order to, you know, I guess handle the whole CEO stuff. And so they made stock, and he's got stock. And now he's been gone for at least 5 years. And so I'm like, okay, well, how do I'm a director, so, you know, it's not like I'm not, you know, on the board, I guess I'd call it. But I'm like, you know, how do you guys accomplish this? Well, you're going to have to contact him. And I'm like, okay, how do I contact him? Do you have his contact information outside of the game? I mean, he's been gone for 5 years. I mean, let's be serious here, you know? And they were like, well, that's, you know, not our problem, you know, and they said, well, you can actually run for CEO. So I went and I checked into that. Well, in order to run for CEO, you have to have stock, because the only people that can vote are people that have stock. So as a director, I can call for a vote, but since I don't have any stock, I can't vote. So, and everybody that has stock is inactive, has been for over 5 years. So I told them that, and I'm like, you know, this isn't going to accomplish what you guys are expecting here. So this is, you know, this is a problem. And they were just like, yeah, we don't care. You have to handle it through the game. We can't help you. And I'm like, I said, just give me some stock. If you give me some stock, I'll run as CEO. I'll win, because now I can vote. I only need 1 vote to win. I said, but no, they wouldn't even do that. And I'm like, they said, oh, well, you can make a motion to get stock. I said, I did make a motion to get stock. And the people with stock have to vote on that motion. And nobody with stock is active, so the motion failed. I'm like, come on. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory here. It's not rocket science. But yeah, like you said, if you're a PvP or you're somebody who just ganks people, well, they'll accommodate you every day. Let us replace your ship since, you know, you lost it in that suicide gank, you know. Since Concord blew you up. So yeah, it's pretty frustrating. So, but I was like, oh well. I mean, I didn't expect much, so I wasn't, you know, I wasn't severely disappointed because it was about what I was expecting. It's almost a waste of time to bother to put the paperwork in because, I mean, that was the other thing. They took 2 weeks to reply to my petition, and then they pretty much replied with, sorry, can't help you. I had 1 item on there, so I had some ships trapped in Trig space, and some of them were Hulks. And back the last time I played, at least out of Trig space, the Hulks had 3 miners that you could put on them. Now they only have 2, so they reconfigured them. Well, it wouldn't let me undock with them because they were misconfigured with 3 miners. And I didn't have enough status to be able to remove the miner. And I'm like, okay, this is just ridiculous. I can't fly because I can't remove it. Can't fly because it needs to be removed, but I don't have enough status to be able to remove it. So what do you expect me to do? So they were like, well, we'll fix that. I'm like, okay, great. They said, just tell us what system, what station, and the name of the ship. So I said, okay, great. I did that. I said, they spent 2 weeks before they replied and said, okay, we found the ship, we found the system. What do you want us to remove? And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, didn't you read the chain? It was a whole different guy. That was the other problem. I said, didn't you read the chain? I said, just make it so it's valid. You can remove everything. You can remove just the invalid thing. I don't care. Just make it so it's valid. And of course, and I really kind of lost my temper with that one, saying, you know, this is a little ridiculous that I had to wait 2 weeks for you to ask me the stupidest question I've pretty much ever heard. It's pretty obvious what I need. And so, of course, then that took, I think, 3 weeks. And they escalated me to one of their senior tech support guys, who, of course, removed the miner and said, hey, it's fixed. Sorry for the confusion. There's no confusion. Your people obviously don't know how to read. But yeah, I was a little furious because I'm like, I had to wait 2 weeks for you to ask me, what do you want us to remove? What? That's kind of obvious. Can't fly it, so remove whatever will make me be able to fly it. How's that? But yeah, what a pain. Why am I not approaching it? I shut off the thing, but I didn't say stop approaching it. I do a flyby. Now I'm too far away to pull the stuff out of it. Had to F around so you would pay for more. And that's exactly it. I think that's exactly. At that time, I wasn't paying. So yeah, the joke was kind of on them. But I think that's exactly what it was. Is because I wasn't paying, they were like, well, we'll wait till you pay, and then we'll see what we want to do. But I was just like, you guys gotta be kidding me. Alright, so let's see. Since we don't have anybody here, I'm going to go ahead and dock. No, let's go ahead and jump back. How much time we got? Actually, I don't have to work tomorrow, so I got all the time in the world. I really need to buy another ship so I can leave this one somewhere. This is a nice little fighting ship. So I'll go back to Venelin. I'll bring my my prorator out here, and then I'll mine, and then I'll use the prorator to haul everything back. But yeah, it just, they just kind of jerked me around, and I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, you want people, you're giving all these incentives to have people come back. But then when they come back, you treat them like, like this. I'm like, well, it's just ridiculous. But like you said, if I was a ganker or a PvP or something like that, they might have helped me out right away. Set destination. That's a weird name. But yeah, it was super frustrating. Super frustrating. And I was like, and then of course the senior guy, the senior tech support guy or whatever, I can't remember what they called him. They called him something else. But the senior guy was kind of like, why am I not? It does this every once in a while, and I don't know why.
Warp drive active.
It's like it thinks I said approach when I didn't say approach. I said jump, but I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, the senior guy was kind of apologetic, like, yeah, sorry. I completely agree with you. They really should have known what you were talking about. It's clearly stated in the other 6 emails. But I'm like, yeah, well, that doesn't help me because it took 3 weeks for me to get you. So it took 2 weeks for them to reply with a, pain in the rear end comment, and then it took another 3 weeks to get you. So I mean, like you said, I was a month, and at that point in time, I was paying because I was like, well, I mean, I may as well do something. When I came back, I had all tier 2 and tier 3 ships. I didn't have any tier 1 ships. I had money, but I didn't have the tier 1 ships, and so I was like, well, this is kind of bad because I can't fly any of these ships unless I'm Omega. So, but then again, all the tier 2 and tier 3 ships are super expensive. So I'm like, yeah, I lost a lot of ships those first couple weeks, figuring out the ropes again, with really where the gank spots were and everything else. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. I need to remember to repair my drones this time because I didn't lose any, but I got a couple of them in not super bad shape, but yeah, that's just so frustrating when you do put a ticket in. Ming and I were talking yesterday, and he's like, he had a problem with something and lost like a 55 million-ish ship, and I said, did you put a petition in? And I'm like, I don't think it's even worth it for the, to put the paperwork in because they're gonna take forever. They're gonna jack me around. They're gonna, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably true, but I said. And he said, in the time I spent putting the paperwork in and arguing with him, I could have made the 55 million back. So I said, well, yeah, that's probably true, but I'm not making 55 million that fast, but not yet. Vanillin's got 2 people in it. Yeah, it's got a couple new sites. And of course that bot or whatever he was is not one of them. I don't need the sites now. Actually, how many scan things are there? There's actually 4 scan things. If 2 of those are data sites, I can get another one. Maybe I'll scan. If they're data sites, great. If they're not data sites, I got a Helios here that I can use. Now I'm the only one in the whole system. Vanillin's one of the most popular systems because it's got a tier 4 Caldari Navy agent, but nobody here today.
Docking permission requested.
I gotta get to where I buy another battleship before I start doing those tier 4s. I could make some money on those tier 4s, but I'm still not feeling comfortable enough to spend my money on a battleship. Though he was flying a Praxis, and a Praxis is a battleship. I could probably set it up and maybe run tier 4s with it. Let's repair so I don't forget, like I always do. All right. And then what we're going to do, we were going to fly back there with my prorator in mind, because I can always use some more ISO. ISO I seem to go through like no tomorrow. Actually, let's see. So I brought some. So I don't have any for that. They're working on quantum. But I did do the other one. So I got some rocket science and... Rocket science, I think, was the... What was it? Tractor beam, maybe? I don't think so. Laser physics. Yeah, I don't have anybody doing laser physics. Which I need to get on. It's a salvager. Laser physics as well. Yep. So yeah, that's not gonna work. These ones I haven't even researched. I need to... 20 hours. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, get those started. If I do tier 2 on this. Ah, we do have electronic engineering. There you go. $46. It should give me at least 4, which would give me 40 of them. So, yeah, let's go ahead. How many science jobs I have? Yeah, that'll work. And then they have the data one. Where's the data one? Data. Medium cargo hold optimization. Molecular and nanite. I think I actually have those. I do. I don't have 10 of them though. I have the molecular. I do not have. I do have the nanite. Well, those got to be worth something. 48%. Yeah, let's do that one. 1 day, 12 hours. We can do that one. I wonder. I'm in the prorator, right? Is that a medium? $50. So yeah, I think that's a medium. So yeah, so I could also build one of those. And of course, I don't have enough. Actually, that reminds me. I need to check my market orders because I think somebody outbid me. Nope, I'm still high on that one. All right. I'm still high on that one. I looked the other day and I could have swore I was outbid. There's 70. If I'm going to pay 60, that's only 10,000 more. That's a contaminated nanite. Let's look at the other one. None. But I may check and see. Yeah, that's 5,000. So that's a little bit. That's a huge difference. But yeah, nobody's selling. What other market orders? So yeah, I got some data cores I'm selling out here, but I know they're too high now. My expanded cargo holds are still low, and they're actually buying. They're just not buying that fast. I'll wait on those. Alright. So that takes care of that. Alright, so I was going to fly out there and we're going to mine. Alright. I don't know. Is it worth it? I suppose we can mine for a little bit. Oh, no, I was actually going to do... That's what I was going to do.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I was going to put this Helios together since I went and picked up that... I don't have the Helios. Hey, you know what? I can use this Astero. I just need to scan these sites down. I don't care. Who knows? One of these might actually lead to Kino, which would allow me to go in there and help my guy out, which would be kind of nice. And he's got quite a few nice drones in there. Covert Ops Cloak, Sisters Core Probes. Not a bad setup. Alright.
Warp drive active.
Alright, let's scan these down, see what they are. Man, he flew fast. I like this ship. Of course, yeah. 111 million. I always do that. You need to shoot the drones and then cloak. Not that I really need to worry about it here in Venlin, but I always try and get in the habit. Get in the habit of doing it. So that I can make sure I do it when I need to. Hey, Darkfire. Thanks, I appreciate it. Actually been back a couple months now. I probably need to change that title. I actually feel a lot more comfortable with being back now. Whereas when I was first back, it was a little stressful. But yeah, I feel pretty comfortable being back now. So, of course, I say that because I haven't been ganked in a week or so. But I appreciate you being here to watch. All right. What year you started playing Eve? So we talked about that a couple other times, but my main character, the one I'm flying right now, started Eve 5 months after Eve went live. So he is 21 years old, or will be 21 years old here in about 3 months, since Eve just celebrated their birthday in May. So yeah, unfortunately, out of those 21 years, I probably paid 8. So, but yes. And the corporation that I'm part of is 21 years old. So it was a lot of really good assets, which is one of the things I'm trying to recover. Hasn't quite worked out that well yet. We have a lot of assets that are impounded in Trig space, and I've been trying to get those back. And that hasn't worked out very well. But let's try this one. So yes. We were talking one night. Eve was a game well before its time. There's a relic site. Excellent. Was it relic sites or data sites? I bet you it was probably data sites, as I said, since I found a relic site now. data sites. Yep. So, yeah, no help there. But yeah, so it was definitely a game before its time, graphic-wise and everything else. They really set the bar pretty high. And so I think that was what attracted me to it way back when. But still keeps me interested. It's got something for everybody, and I'm one of those kind of dilettantes. So I really like doing lots of different things. So it's kind of nice because I get bored with stuff real quick, and Eve's got enough going on that it makes it hard to get bored with. You can just move on to something else. And these air missions, which is new since I left, have been really nice because they have allowed me to farm some skill points, which I can use on my other alts, and also another relic site, man, and also allow me to make some money, so, and relearn some stuff, you know, which has been really good. So, but yeah, it's we were talking about it. The biggest thing that's changed in 21 years is the ships. There was like 10 or 12 ships when I started. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It probably was closer to 20 total. Probably 5 ships from each faction. But because I think they had like one frigate, one cruiser, one battleship, and a hauler. Because that was before all the T2 stuff and all that stuff. So yeah, it's really come a long way. And I can, yeah, that's one of the nice things is then I can really farm the skill points. So yes, the battleships were the biggest, and so you know, now they've come up with these command ships and all that other stuff. So it's really come a long way. So, but yeah, it was kind of interesting because that was when we were talking about a couple weeks ago. We had a bunch of people that came in and were asking, you know, what's the differences between now and 21 years ago, and I was like, that's really it. I mean, now my head swims trying to figure out what a module does, because there's just so many modules that do something so very similar that it's like, ugh. And so that's just kind of, I can never figure out which one's really going to be the best. But that's another one that's been nice since I've come back, is the whole fitting stuff that they have, where the community can actually suggest fittings, which is really nice, because I'm horrible when it comes to fittings. So, but yes, the battleship was the biggest back then, and now battleships don't even rank. So yeah, it's really come a long way. So another relic site. So yeah, so it says I need to scan data sites, and I ended up scanning 3 relic sites. So that's pretty. But you know, that's the way it works sometimes. I don't know if I have a relic scanner on this baby. I've heard the stories of NS and bookmarks on gates and deep safe. Yep. Yeah, the corporation that I'm in, we had a nullsec pocket that we had towers in, and we did a lot of building in and stuff, and it was such a grind because it was just so much. Let's check out this wormhole. Let's warp to 20 and get a good bookmark.
Warp drive active.
And my cloak won't die, but yes, it was we had one, and it was such a grind to try and keep enough fuel for the POS and all that stuff. So if you have a data scan, it'll log and then scan again, so you don't have to keep searching. Yeah. So if you find a data scan, it logged, then scan again, so you don't have to keep scanning. Yeah. So that's a K162, so that's an exit to high sec, I think, right? Seems an unknown parts of space, so no, that's going to go to, it's an exit. So yeah, so beginning decay probably won't last another day, so it's fresh, but yeah. So let's go to Hogamo and see if we can scan a couple data sites there. I just want to try and get this air one. I'm getting so close to getting these. I don't know what it takes to get these, because I've got 2 already. I guess that's my 2, so maybe. But yeah. If I get the data sites, and I can do it, but find the data, scan it, log it, then scan it again so you don't have to. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So I see what you're saying. Log out and then I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea. Yeah, I was gonna log on to my alt anyway to have him give me back my Helios. So I was stuck in Trig space, and so I gifted him some stuff. I usually set up the ships and then gift them already set up. And I didn't do that because I was stuck in Trig space. Well, I ended up giving him all of my Helioses, and yeah, I haven't got them back yet. So actually, I don't want to sit here. Let's move somewhere else. So yeah, so
Warp drive active.
I've been playing Eve since 2013 and haven't stopped playing. Eve is love, Eve is life. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's changed a lot even just since then. So but yeah, as games go, it always keeps bringing me back. You know, I have a couple games. I was telling somebody, I have in my Steam library, I have probably 300 games. And I have probably a handful, probably half a dozen, that I've played the most. And then all the rest are ones that I've played once or twice and never really came back to. And so it's kind of funny, but Eve is one of those in that handful list. So yeah, it really, another signature just popped up. Ain't that awesome? Ain't that awesome? It looks like I'm right on that one. What the heck? How did that happen? Let's go ahead and put our cloak on just to be safe. But yeah, it's one of the ones I've always come back to. So over those 21 years, I probably came back 4 or 5 times. And each time was a little bit less, a little bit less. There were a couple where they were controversial. I think YO and I were talking about earlier. There was one where CCP kind of sold out. And that was one, I don't think I was there very long, maybe only 2 years. But yeah, it was one of those that made a difference. So, but graphic wise, another relic site. I mean, I never find relic sites. And this is my 4th. That's pretty intense. So yeah, I may have to do your idea there, YO. Is if I do find a data site, log out, because this is driving me crazy. Of course, then I'd have to rescan all these darn relic sites too. I meant to check and see if I had a relic scanner on here. I got one in my cargo, so I could dock and put it on. All right, so let's. Yeah, nowhere near. But yeah, it's one I always keep coming back to. So I was telling YO when I came back, somebody had gutted the corporation, and so all I had what was in my personal assets of me and my alts, which really wasn't nothing. And so it was kind of disheartening, but it was funny. I had a bunch of T2 and T3 ships, but no T1 ships. So that's what I've been kind of doing, is kind of building that asset base of T1 ships back up. And so unfortunately I keep straying to the T2s but I'm too afraid of losing them. There's a wormhole. Yeah, if I could find a wormhole that would put me back in Kino, that would possibly help me solve my problem. All right, let's check this one out. Still not a data site. But what else is new? Let's warp to 20 so we don't lose our cloak.
Warp drive active.
Because it's not going to take us all the way there anyway, so. But yeah, as far as games go, Eve's probably one of the best ones. In fact, I actually started playing Extreme Dangerous. No, that doesn't sound right. It's another space game, which is also an online one, so that's another exit. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. Yeah, another exit. So all right. So we were in Venlin. Let's check out Kulin. But Extreme Dangerous doesn't sound right. Let me check my Steam library. I've actually been playing Eve too long now because it's not even in my top ones. Where the heck did it go? Elite Dangerous. Not even close. Elite Dangerous. So Star Citizen's another one I tried. Star Citizen's so buggy though. I mean, I don't know if it's gotten better, but when I played it, it was so buggy. I mean, I would get booted 3-4 times an hour. I'd have missions screw up because I, got booted, and it was just so buggy. It was kind of ridiculous. So, but Elite Dangerous, I really enjoyed. I think I asked somebody, hey, what's a game like Eve that's not, always online? And they said, oh, you can play Elite Dangerous kind of in kind of solo mode, where you're playing the same universe, you're dealing with the same resources and that kind of stuff, but you're disconnected so people can't gank you, which was kind of nice. And I don't think Elite Dangerous has as much ganking problems, and it had a lot of different things you could do as well, which was nice. But it was one where it didn't quite hold my interest the same way Eve did, so. But it was one I was thinking about streaming, and actually I've seen a couple of people lately streaming Star Citizen, so it does seem like it's gotten a little bit better, at least with the bugs. But man, it was horrible. I was shocked that they put it out in that condition, because it was just like, come on, you got to be kidding me. But. And again, people want to make money, so that's the whole deal. Make money. So can't make money until we actually start, charging people. So, but yeah, Star Citizen I've also played. I don't have that one in Steam. Star Citizen is not connected to Steam, so. But I play, when I first started streaming, I played a lot of the builder strategy games, kind of survival games. So 7 Days to Die, Dwarf Fortress. Didn't do any RimWorld, which I was going to do RimWorld, but never got around to RimWorld. Did a bunch of Dwarf Fortress, and trying to think of what else. And then Twitch actually suggested Eve as a way to increase my viewer base, and it did. It really worked. And so In fact, I think my most viewed videos were the ones where I got lured into the gang squad. So, you know, which is kind of funny, but humorous from a laugh at myself perspective, but there's a data site. Seek and ye shall find. I played hours and hours of Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, I love Dwarf Fortress. I really do. But I was not getting the viewers on Dwarf Fortress. And the whole adventure mode had just come out, which was really nice. That's what I didn't enjoy adventure mode as much as I thought I would, because it really isn't complete, so it's not really working the way it probably needs to. But I like the concept. But yeah, Dwarf Fortress is a lot like RimWorld. I love those kind of games. And so RimWorld is one that I have on Steam that I think I've got more hours in it than I've got in any other game. It is just huge. And so, and I think some of those were me playing a game and leaving it running while I went and spent time with my wife, but still. But I play RimWorld over and over and over again. And so, but I was telling, and Wyo, you might have heard this one, but I was telling some of the other guys in one of the other streams that the reason I got started streaming was because of an event called the Hot Potato Event, which is a charity event for Doctors Without Borders, where they stream RimWorld. They did it. They do it in September, I think September, and they did it last September, and they made like $10,000 for $100,000 for Doctors Without Borders, and I was just awed by that, because I'm like, you know, and I saw these streamers and I'm like, you know, I could do that. You know, I enjoy playing games. At this time I play games anyway, so streaming is really not much of a stretch. You know, I had to set up a bunch of stuff and that kind of things, and so I started trying to set up my overlays and all that stuff, and it was just such a grind that I was like, okay, well, never mind, I'm gonna let it go and see if it's really meant to be. And so the same people that did the RimWorld charity stream in March came out, or actually I think it was in March. In March they came out and they said, hey, we're going to do another one in May. Yeah, see, I've never played the ASCII version, but they said, yeah, they're going to do another charity stream in May, and they're going to do it with Dwarf Fortress. And so I'm like, cool. All right. But they said, and they actually sent out an invite to the community and said, if you want to be a streamer that's included in this, you know, send in your application. But we require that you have, you know, that you've streamed for 2 months and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other, and that you stream, you know, so many hours a month, and there was a bunch of requirements. And so I started streaming like the very next day. I banged out my my overlays, and I started streaming the next day because I really wanted to be part of that charity event. And I streamed for about a month. I think I streamed till the last day that you could put your application in. And I put my application in, and I said, you know I don't meet your requirements. I don't have 2 full months, but I've doubled the amount of hours you've asked for in the, you know, per month already. In just a month I've been streaming. I'm serious about this. Really want to be part of this. And they did. They sent me back a really nice letter, but they had denied me. And they said, yeah, you just don't have enough time. And I'm like, okay, I'll understand that. And so then I watched the event anyway, and they only made $10,000 with the Dwarf Fortress ones, but they had a lot different streamers. And so it was kind of interesting because a lot of them were new streamers like me. And so it was kind of nice because I got a lot of ideas, I got a lot of stuff. So my plan is still eventually to try and be a charity streamer that tries to do some charity stuff. That's what lured me into the streaming idea. I work a regular job, so streaming is something I do as a hobby, and so but I am planning to. I know Wyo I think knows this, but I am planning to retire probably later this year, early next year, and I'm hoping that streaming will be the one thing I can keep doing that'll keep me at least active enough. So a lot of DF streamers I can't stand watching. Yeah, like Blind. Blind's okay, but I mean he knows a lot about the game. But yeah, sometimes he's a little hard to watch. But yeah, I had nobody watching me when I was streaming Dwarf Fortress, so that was kind of frustrating. I've had a drastic increase in viewership since I went to Eve. And so Twitch was right, which was kind of surprising. And so that's been kind of nice, but yeah, it was kind of one of those. So yeah, Blind. I've had a lot of people tell me that they're not big fans of Blind. So, but he really knows the game. So well, there's a combat site. So I think I'm gonna have to take you up on your suggestion and go ahead and switch users here and get my Helios back while I scan this one down again. So yeah, and there are some good ones. Another one that I follow is Telano. I have to look him up, but yeah, he's a writer, and he also does the Dwarf Fortress kind of on the side. So we want EDP28 is our data. Nope, that's Krista. Huh, the data site's gone. No, that's got to be it. That's it. Yep, data site. EDP28. All right. I'm going to pull in these. I'm going to dock. I don't think I have any assets here. I do not. So let's just dock anywhere.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, there are a couple. I followed some other ones. I have Blind actually on my list, but yeah, as you said, he gets a little rough to watch sometimes. But I like some of the other people on his team. He's got a whole team that he does, and they're the ones that actually sponsored that hot potato event. Is that team Halcyon Frequency? And so yeah, that first one. They had one streamer in that one in September that did the RimWorld. I mean, they had like 36 streamers in the event. But one streamer, I can't remember his name. I have it jotted down. He's also one that I watch quite a bit. But he made 10,000 all by himself. They made 100,000 total, but he made 10,000 by himself. He really didn't even play the game for the 3 hours he was on because he had so many followers. They just kept donating. And he had a different donation for every dollar amount. So like 1 through 1,000, he had a different alert, which I couldn't even fathom. How would you create 1,000 alerts? But so everybody was donating different dollar amounts to see what alert came up, and so yeah, it was pretty cool. But he was definitely on his best behavior for the event. Because I watched him after the event, and it was all F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb, which I was like, wow, okay. So he didn't use any of those during the event. And so I thought that was kind of interesting, because I was like, wow. But, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not a prude to that perspective. I understand. But it was one of those, I was just like, wow. He was in some kind of fighting game, and I was watching him, and I mean, he literally strung like 6 or 7 of them together in different formats, and I was like, it was like watching George Carlin, you know. But it was pretty impressive from one perspective. So, oh, that's right, it gave me so it gave me these. Since I learned some new skills, it now has opened up other ships that I can fly. Well, they were already on the list. I just, so I don't know why it does that, but But anyway, let me go ahead and give him these 2 Helioses back, right? And oh, I guess that's it. Okay, so the Helioses were all I needed. Okay, so let's give him those. Let's contract these to private, my buddy Falstaff. And I found, so, and you guys might be able to help me with this, if I put in my full name or even partial full name, sometimes I just put in Falstaff, fall, or find, it doesn't ask me for the name, and it always makes me worried that it's not gonna give it to the right person. And so I always do something so that it makes me choose the name so that I know I have the right one. I just don't know what again. The F word can be everything, a noun and a verb. Yep, that was a George Carlin one. So, but yeah, George Carlin, he worked with profanities the way other people work in oils or clay. But all right, so let's log out here. And we're going to log back in as Falstaff, and we'll scan that one down again. But yeah.
Connecting.
But yeah, this guy, I was just like, wow. But yeah, he made 10,000 all by himself. And I was just like, that's pretty impressive, you know. All right, so I got those back. So now let's go ahead and actually, can I put these on? Oh, no, he doesn't have any spots. That's why. Okay. Yeah, and I'm probably not going to do them. I just want to scan them. So, yeah, let's do this. Okay. So let's just scan this one back down again. Sam Kinison. Man, he's one died way too early. Yeah, Sam Kinison. I really enjoy. He was in that movie Back to School. I really enjoyed him in Back to School. He was really good. But yeah. So yeah, so I don't want to sound like I'm a prude that I don't want to listen to, people who swear. But yeah, it was just like, when it comes down to this, what's that 9? How come I have 9 messages? Oh, my Garista standings, okay. Yeah, since I was killing all those pirates. How much money did I get? I didn't make that much. About 600,000. Not bad. Alright, so let's get rid of you, and let's figure this one out. I only need to scan the one, so I want this EDP. I'm not even going to cloak. That's how quick I'm going to do this. That's how quick I'm going to do it. That's how quick I'm going to do it. Yeah, Sam Kinison. Eddie Murphy, back in the day. I remember sneaking downstairs when I was in high school to watch Eddie Murphy on, I guess it was HBO back then, for his Delirious thing. And man, that's all he did was swear. All he did was swear. And then he actually started doing the movies, and that's when he kind of cleaned it up a little bit. When he did the Beverly Hills Cop movies and stuff like that, he really cleaned it up, which was nice. But I've got better about dropping it, but I can get on a roll. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. If I get agitated, I can, I'm just as guilty as the next guy. But yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to try and keep off of my stream. It's definitely not a kid stream, but I wanted to try and keep it at least a little civil. So, but yeah, my wife she's kind of a hoot. So we've talked about it before. My wife's from the Philippines, and she and that's where we're gonna retire. And when she tries to swear, it comes out so bad that it's more comical than anything else. And so, But yeah, it's kind of funny. But so yeah, it kind of cracks me up. But yeah, I stopped swearing mostly because of her. I stopped drinking because of her. I stopped swearing because of her. So, but I do, like you said, there are times I get with my coworkers, and I still drink on occasion. But yeah, when I get with my coworkers, I get with other things, and it makes all the difference. So, all right, so we got that one. It still hasn't done this. So is that the days? So you got to do it so many days in a row? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm not going to armor repair anybody else, so that ain't going to work. Let's claim this. So. But let's go ahead and run back to Vanillin.
Warp drive active.
By the way, I checked out these Eve marks or Ever marks. They're about worthless, aren't they? I think I went to, when I was in Jita for something, I actually stopped in their in the bounty place there, and it was like, what the heck? Yeah, there's nothing worthwhile at all. Need to 2 of them a day for 12 days to get the monthly. Okay, so 2 a day for 12 days. Okay. Yeah, I figured that was explained somewhere. I've just never seen it.
Warp drive active.
Most of them are pretty easy to get. So yeah, so that must be what that is. So that's the days. I don't know why that keeps disappearing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yep. So I'm on, looks like 4 days. So cool. So that's cool. 888,000. What did I get that for? Surely that wasn't from those rats I did earlier. Man, that was nice. It's almost another million. That's the other thing, though. Where's the 888,000? It's not even on there. It's like I got to do this and then come back. Nope, still didn't show up. Not even on there. Ah, no. So it's 930,000 minus the 41. So somebody bought my my expanded cargo holds. Yeah, so that's why. So, yep. Couple of them. So, yep. So they are selling. That's good to know. I got a bunch more to build. That's what those construction blocks are for. That and the Helios. So, but yeah, thank you for that, WYO. Good to know. I don't know. I could go for probably another hour here. Maybe we'll go do some mining. I can always use the ISO. It's usually really quiet in there at this time. So.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I'm really wondering about taking the. I've got a Hulk and a Pro Raider here. That one's configured for ice. There's no ice in there. There's a Procurer. There's a Hulk. Actually, no. That's a not different one. There's a Procurer. That's probably a Procurer too. That's probably a Hulk right there. So, but yeah, I don't want to lose those. They're a little expensive. So, but I could definitely mine a lot faster with those. So, and maybe even handle the rats. Skill. Oh, that's on the other one. Okay, it's like so yeah, I got 3 billion in ships. So I'm not that poor. But let's do this guy. So I was gonna build that. Yeah, that's all right. We'll still keep doing this. I need to get those cargo optimization rigs built. I need to salvage some more alloy bars, because that one's the one.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, so we'll go here. I've got my venture is actually sitting in Ender Allen, so which we were actually there earlier and it was pretty quiet, so have no clue what I would be worth. Got crap spread out on 10 accounts. Yeah, I understand. There's actually a program.
Warp drive active.
It's a Java program. Maybe I'll add it to my my page when I get my new page. But yeah, it's supposedly maybe do some advertising. Who knows? Maybe they'll give me a kickback. But there's a Java program that'll supposedly pull in everything from Eve, all your tunes and everything else, if you kind of give it permission, and we'll show you what everything's worth. And so I don't know if it compares it to market sites or it just gives you what the standard is. I don't know how that works, but that was how I was able to figure out what was actually in impound, because I can't see what's in impound, and there's a couple containers that are in impound, and so I can't tell what was in them. And I was able to use that program to pull in the data for my corporation, and it showed me what was in the container. So I was able to see that there was, some blueprints in there that I definitely want, and that kind of stuff. Because somebody was telling me, you know what, just forget about it. Let them keep it. And I'm like, well, there's at least 2 ship control towers there, so they're worth like 600, almost 700 million each. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But, from that perspective, I was able to see what was actually in there and decide that, yeah, let's figure out a way to make this work, because I do want that stuff, so. Low sec. So only 4 people in this adjacent system, only 4 people in that one. Oh, only 3 people in that one. So I'm going to dock.
Warp drive active.
Gives you, yeah, it does. Right. And that's something that I think always helps kind of staying active in it. So is having a goal. So unfortunately, it seems like it's an almost impossible goal, but a goal nonetheless. So you just gotta keep from shooting the Trig ones. I didn't realize they were Trig ships when they attacked me. I was just trying to defend myself, and I think I ended up leaving my drones because they got me into the armor, and so now I'm in Trig space and I can't repair my ship, and I of course don't have an armor repairer. Of course, why would I bring one of those? And so. So that's one where I was like, yeah, I probably should have thought this through better, but I can probably scan the wormhole down again and jump in there and take him what he needs and get it repaired, or scan the wormhole down so he can come out, get it repaired, go back in, and start working on fixing his status with him. But yeah. All right, let's do some mining. Only 3 people here, so, and they don't look like they have low status, so I think we're gonna be okay. So problem is with this low sec, those hobgoblins aren't going to do much. So, actually, I set up some safe sites, so I'm going to go ahead and warp to these. I'm away from the warping point of the belt, so that way at least gives me some time to be able to bolt if they come in before they can target me. Ooh, that's a battleship. We don't want that one. All right. Let's try the next one, because that doesn't seem like that's a safe spot at all. That's a battleship. Holy mackerel. Yeah, we didn't see that earlier when we were here. That might have been worth a challenge. That would have got us some money. I definitely can't take that in my venture. So. And then there's 2 cruisers. All right. So much for those. Now, maybe when I killed them off earlier, they just respawned in more abundance. So, I guess I could check out the Jaspit one, but Jaspit really doesn't have a whole lot that I'm looking for. Nox is one, and those are really small rocks, so. Two hobgoblins probably not going to take care of a BS. Exactly. And look, here's another one now. And I don't think it would even take care of this destroyer and 2 frigates, so.
Drive active.
We'll keep going until we find one that doesn't have rats in it. But yeah, being that this is not very... Nanky Poo was here last night when I was working here. I think Kylie was here last night when I was working here too. So being that they seem like they're the same ones, maybe I do bring the Hulk or the other ones in here. So there's a Fury Kernite. There's a Fury Kernite. There's a Luminous Kernite. Luminous Kernite. Luminous Kernite. Fury Kernite. Yep. So yeah, so not too bad. I need to get away from this warping point though. I'm still way too close. So we'll do a flyby on this guy. Keep mining as we fly by. We'll get on the other side of them. So we'll get us away from the jump in point. So now we're 20 away, so let's stop. 20 away should buy me enough time. And then these are all still in target range, so I can pick them off. Let's open up here. And let's switch back here in case the rats show up, so. But yeah, 2 hobgoblins probably aren't going to take care of anything. They're hobgoblin 2s, but even then, they're probably not going to take care of much of anything, so. Actually, let me target one of these guys. So let's say save location. And I am... Nope, I don't want that one. I am 2. Yeah. 7-2. Maybe 7-2. Am I safe? Try and set up some safe spots. So, but yeah. Mining was always the most boring thing you could do when I first started it, and now I kind of found that I like kind of mining these semi high-end ores because there's a lot of adrenaline rush in it, because you know, you never know if you're going to get ganked, or you know, I'm in low sec now, which is still not that bad. Like I said, this is pretty tame for low sec, but if you get into one of those wormhole systems, you know, the thing with them, you can't see local, so that makes it so hard. But that's where nullsec, at least with the NPC nullsec, you can still see local, which is kind of nice. But you can get into some of those low security status systems and find a nice special ore belt and be mining in there and keeping an eye on local. Trying to suicide it. A lot of those systems don't have stations though, so makes it hard to find a place to go to be safe or to drop your loot off. But the Venture was actually one of the nicest additions they made to the game. Gives people a little bit of chance to try and do some stuff there. So it looks like we lost Darkfire. So hope he enjoyed it while he was here. A lot of people are looking for the big money-making schemes, and so I'm more of the try and surviving solo. So maybe that's what I need to change the name of the streams to, is Surviving Solo. Surviving Solo.
The asteroid is depleted.
Pyro. There's another Fury Kernite that I don't have targeted. That's a big one. So, but yeah, I could, because I am kind of back now, so I still learning new stuff. But one thing I've never done that I'm going to try sometime is a pirate faction mission runner. I have a tune I build for it, but I've never went and done it. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. That sounds like that would be fun. Especially since you're dedicating yourself to it. You know, instead of doing like the gankers do and kind of lowering your status and then using the mechanism to raise it again so you can come back to high sec and stuff. You'd be actually living out in the pirate world, which would be kind of cool. So my other account, the one that has the guy in Trig space right now, I have 2 slots on there, so I got 2 more slots I could create tunes on. So maybe maybe I'll think about doing something like that too. Maybe we could do it together. So my problem is I don't know if I can come up with another 2 names. I got some pretty catchy names, so I have to think about that. I'm really proud of my names. So, and that's the other thing. 21 years later, I may not be able to find a unique enough name. So I don't want to end up with guest 12794. So we got in here. We got those skill points. Yeah, I'm going to put those on my other guy. Another 30,000 skill points. These boosters keep running out before I use them. I really need to start using them. So that's the other thing I was thinking about doing, is doing some things where I give away skins, because I don't do anything with the skins. And so I could give away skins as maybe a way to attract some more viewers to my stream. Have a giveaway every stream and let people pick which skin they want. I got a bunch of skins that I don't use. That's the other one. Now I guess that the last tune I just made is Jester. I like that one. Jester Kaplan. I like that one. I like that one. That's a good name. But yeah, I guess now with this latest update, you can actually make skins and then sell them. So that would be something. I'm not a creative guy. That's why I had to hire the graphic designer. But yeah, that would be something pretty cool to make skins. But excuse me. Getting past my bedtime, but luckily I don't work tomorrow, so I might actually stream a different game tomorrow. I've been playing an indie game called Astronauts that I've been enjoying, but it's a early release, so it's still got a couple little idiosyncrasies with it that are kind of frustrating, but it's a ship salvage game, so you're like a ship salvage person. Kind of like, I don't know if you ever played Shipbreaker. That was a pretty good one, but it gets boring doing the same thing over and over again. So you start out in debt, then you gotta salvage pieces of ships and stuff and try and look for that really good item and also fix your ship up at the same time. And try to get yourself out of debt. And then I've been wanting to stream that one I said earlier, Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen. Because I think those would be kind of nice too, kind of keep it along the space theme. So the Eve Partner, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Eve Partner one, but the Eve Partner one that's their requirements are huge. You have to stream for 3 months with like 400 viewers, average of 400 viewers per stream per month for 3 months. And I'm like, well, and then they'll give you your month of Eve for free. And I think they also give you a bunch of Plex, which is kind of nice. But I'm like, well, at that point, I mean, you're really not giving me much, because if I already have 400 users, I'm probably making more money than you're giving me back. So, but I guess if you get it for free, who cares, right? But yeah, I was like, man, that seems like an awful lot. And I've seen a bunch of the Eve Online streamers are saying that they're streaming for Eve Partner. And yeah, that's just a huge one. Maybe it's 100 users, 100 viewers per stream per month. But yeah, that one's that's a lot of views. Some of them have it, but a lot of the Eve Online streamers I see out there, they're right in I'm kind of in the middle. There's a lot of 1s and 2s, and I usually have somewhere in the 5 to 10 range. So, but yeah, when I was doing Dwarf Fortress, I wasn't even getting the 5 to 10. So it has made a difference. So, though I think my biggest views have been the ones where the gankers came and lured me into a gank one. So yeah, you weren't here last night, Wyo. So, or maybe it was Sunday night. You might have been here Sunday night, but
The asteroid is depleted.
I had the gankers that had lured me into one of the other ones show up and try to lure me again. One of the guys claims to be a new player, and I actually fell for it that was the second gank. The first gank was they lured me into Udema. Said, hey, there's Kernite in Udema. Of course, there's not Kernite in Udema, and they blew me up. I was in Adventure, so it wasn't a big deal. But I wasn't completely stupid, but I kind of still fell for it. And then the second one was he said, hey, I need your help. Those flashing lights, they kind of freak me out. I'm new, and can you show me that site again, or show me a different sites and kind of step me through it step by step. And when I flew to the site, the guys were there waiting for me, so because he had set up which site and all that. Or I think I chose the site, but he still was like, okay, I'm not ready yet, I'm creating a new tune. And and blah blah blah. And so he tried that again last night. He said, "Hey, can you help me with a level 2 mission?" Or it wasn't last night, a couple nights ago. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna log off." So, but I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not falling for that again, God, buddy." You know.
Warp drive active.
Wolf Soprano was his name. So I don't know if you were on here when he was on here, but I went back and looked, and sure enough, every time I've been ganked, both Wolf Soprano and one of the other guys from his gank team have made clips of it. Because that's what they do, is they take the clips and they make a big compendulum, and that's what they post to try and get people to react negatively. So there's Nanky Poo.
Request accepted.
Looks like he's scanning down the stuff. Actually, I don't know if it'll let me put it into prorator or not. No, put it in the item hold. Let me put it into prorator. No. Yeah, so that's funny, because when I fly the prorator, I get a lot more than that. I can carry both of those and the whole load I'll get from this one almost. Be like 300 short. So, which is why I need those rigs added. Alright, so that's... Seven two semi-safe. Let's do that one.
Warp drive active.
So did he leave his... Oh, he probably cloaked. Let's say he's got a scanner probes out there, so it's kind of like, well, we know you're there. Yeah. God bless him. Alright. Fury Kernite, Luminous Kernite, Luminous Kernite. That one's too far away. Alright, so these are still too far away, so let me approach these. But yeah, we'll do another load, and then I think the prorator can pretty much carry just short of 2 loads back, so I'll go ahead and I'll take him back. So I do this at the end of every stream each night. That might work out. So keep my ores up. So like I said, ISO seems to be the one I use the most of. Would kind of like to get that Jaspit. There really ain't much there. So what exactly does this bounty risk modifier mean? Bounty payouts in this system have been adjusted based on recent DED threats allowed current pirate kills in this system. 197.4 of normal value. Well, that's worth it right there. I guess all I had to do is hover over it and it tells me what it is, right? Duh. Actually, there's a lot more people in here now. I just noticed. We're up to 6, but they're all still. They look like they're probably miners. Nanky Poo is over there scanning. I did have a pirate come in last night while I was mining, and I was kind of getting a little nervous, and I think he was just flying through the system, so. But Keep an eye on local just to be safe. But yeah, I like that pirate faction idea. It sounds like a pretty good one. That would be different. Something that would be kind of cool. What else? So I got my blocks today. That'll allow me to build some more. And actually, I should put some of those in before I go to bed. Build some more expanded cargo holds. They're selling half decent. I could take some back to Jita and probably sell them. The problem with the Jita stuff is that somebody underbids you by a penny as soon as you leave. And then it starts a whole big spawn there, where if I sell them in other places, they usually don't underbid that much. So they still do from time to time, but
The asteroid is depleted. The asteroid is depleted.
yeah, something to keep us busy. I do like that name, WYO. Chester Kaplan. I like that one. I have to come up with one kind of catchy like that. So, like I said, I got 2 spots. Oh, there's one destroyer. I might be able to take that. Too far away. He's not getting any closer. You need him to get a lot closer. Yeah, 19. That's going to be kind of deadly. Once he gets to 19, I'm kind of dead. I guess if he starts shooting at me, they'll defend me. So now they're back down to 4. So always kind of worried with streaming and showing where I'm at. Because somebody might just jump in and say, hey, he's in low sec. Let's go get him. So he's taking his good old time. He's a destroyer, so he's a little tougher than me, but I think I can take him since he's only 1. Of course, what'll happen is some friends will probably show up as soon as I target him, so.
The asteroid is depleted.
Ready? 22. Come on, just a couple more. I'm going to pull these guys in so he doesn't target them. He might target down. If they want you bad enough, they can always do the agent thing to see the last place you docked. Yep. Yeah, I don't think there's so much. I think it's just with the streaming. I think a lot of them like to jump in there and all they're worried about is the kills. They don't really care who it is. But if it makes it easy where they can just jump in the stream, see where you're at, have their whole gank team come and take care of you, all the better. All right. And we're going to get 197% pay for that rat. So, but yeah, you're right. If they want, yep, then that's exactly it. Is like I said, the last ones, it was kind of ridiculous because they didn't even make. I mean, they didn't get my loot. I salvaged my ship, so they blew up my ship, but they didn't pod me. They didn't get my loot. I got all my loot out of the ship. I salvaged my ship, and I salvaged and looted their 5 ships. Because Concord, took care of them within seconds. But, oop, it's going to stop. Yeah. And I guess we could go ahead and do this now. We're already close here, so let's do that. We'll pick that up, and then we'll go back. Since we're already out here, so. But yeah, that's why they clip it in the stream. Is because then they add it to their big collage of all their kills. And I was like, yeah, I don't know that this one's worth a whole lot for you guys, so, because it really wasn't that big a deal, so. All right. We'll go back here and finish this guy off. Maybe I'll set up another salvager and bring it here so I can salvage these ones, because these ones, since these are higher level rats, they might be better salvaged. So, oop. I'm getting too close. End up getting caught on the rock. Let's see, we got any others? Luminous Kernite. There's a 19. Yep, not close enough. Yeah, I'm too close to the warping point. But yeah, it's kind of funny because it does seem like that is their driving force, just to kill. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't understand that. I can almost understand if it was profitable. You made money doing it. And I think that's kind of what, like Chaos 198 is who I usually raid. And I think he does it in nullsec because he makes money. He takes them out and gets their loot, but he's actually doing a bunch of abysmal sites as well, so there he's all about making the money. So and I saw him the other night. He was actually designing skins, so that was kind of cool. Z-skill is one of the worst things in Eve. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree. That's really made it too easy. So Too easy. It's funny, yesterday, so I got this venture, and then I decided I was going to buy a covert ops cloak for my Helios, because I'm not able to. We talked about that earlier. I need to get the graviton physics ones, and so I'm not able to invent it yet. So I bought one. Well, it turns out this venture only has a 50 cargo bay, and the covert ops is 100 M3. And so flew all the way out there to pick it up, cheapest place it was, and I couldn't pick it up because my cargo bay was too small. And so then, yeah, Ming was on, and he was like, "Hey, just equip it onto the Venture." And I'm like, I never even thought of that. So I tried to do it, and of course it wouldn't let me equip it onto the Venture because it is a covert ops and can only be equipped on certain ships. And so, but it was one of those. It was kind of funny. It was like, X-Lax smooth move of the week. So we actually made some money tonight. I think we improved things by a couple million. So a cheetah. What is a cheetah? I've never even heard of a cheetah. Covert ops. Okay. So that's one of the other side covert ops. He's got a skin on it too. All right. So let's throw these in the item hanger. Then let's throw these in the item hanger. And then let's switch to my prorator. Cheetah's a Tech 2 probe. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then let's stack. Let's take... Looks like the Fury is first, and then the Luminous. Okie dokie. Yep, 349 is what I'm short. That's what I think I have in the other, in Railroman. I have a 349 sitting there.
Warp drive active.
All right, let's head to Venolin. Cheetah was my first Tech 2 I ever flew. Really? I've never flown one. The Helios was mine, and that's pretty much all I fly now, so. I was always kind of an Amicus guy. I don't know why. And the Helios is, I build the Helioses, so that's another reason, because in fact, my prorator invention should be done here soon. I try to put a prorator on every one of my characters, and then sell the rest, because they sell for about 140 million, so they're kind of nice. I build them and sell them, but my first tune was Minimar. Yep. This was my first one. He's Caldari, so, but it's weird. I ended up flying, I think the Amicus is Galente, so I ended up flying a lot of Galente ships. I think I kind of misunderstood what the whole premise was in the beginning, and I tried to get every race's ships. And so, because back then too, the skills were just frigate, cruiser, battleship. So, and then you had like rail guns or energy or whatever projectiles, and so now they've got all the specialty stuff. Caldari rail guns and Caldari medium rail guns. Like, come on. But yeah, it was kind of funny because it was never like that back then. But yeah, I think I'm gonna bring these guys in and Actually got another level in this coherent ore processing, so I think that'll give me another 2%, another whopping 2% bonus for my yield, so definitely take advantage of that. That ought to get me like 2 or 3 more ISO, so. But yeah, not a bad night, other than not being able to take care of Kragan and the other system, so we'll have to figure that out. Like I said, I'll probably scan down the wormhole for Kino and try and go in there and help him out, get him fixed up. There's my Garista standing.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Kind of finish off with some mining and reprocessing. Fury and Luminous. Let's see what we got there. Reprocess 67%. Almost 7,000 ISO. Yep. So, but yeah, let's see who we can raid. Let's see who we can raid. Gotta be somebody. Gotta be somebody. Let's see. Dave, Phantom, Horrible, Dragonfire, Defear, Scubus, YOLO, Edema, Swearty, Chasing Tails, Ghosty Gaming. So yeah, doesn't look like there's anybody on there that really Bigglesworth, maybe. Says he's Filipino. There you go. I think we'll go with Bigglesworth. Bigglesworth XD. All right, let's try him out. So appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for keeping me company, and as always, being here and chatting with me. I appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow. Like I said, I may stream some during the day tomorrow since I'm off, but we'll see. It may be, like I said, it may be another game. So, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. So, if not, I will definitely, or either way, I'll be streaming EVE Online again tomorrow night. So about the same time. So I hope to see you then. So thanks again for being here. I'm gonna try and raid Bigglesworth. And we'll call it a day. So, thanks again. Take care, and I will talk to you later.